Well, you're watching the KOA Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now it's 7. Trump's tariffs disrupting global trade as American imports fall more than 8%.
Also, a Joplin police traffic stop turns into a high-speed chase across 3 jurisdictions.
And got a nice sunrise out there this morning. Those clouds from some thunderstorms well off to our northeast, but we could get some isolated showers and storms this morning. Details coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOA Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Chris Warner. It's just after 7 o'clock now on this Friday, October the 10th, or in the case of the weather, this September the 40th. Whatever it may be, as our warm temperatures continue. We'll talk more about that in just a moment, but some new developments in tariff news this morning.
Yes, more trade partners pivot away from the U.S., claiming the tariffs have made it too expensive to do business with America.
Fox News correspondent Griff Jenkins has more from Washington.
President Trump has been doubling down on his tariff policy in recent days, but new data shows it's starting to disrupt global trade. American imports of containerized goods fell last month by more than 8%, including a 22% drop in goods from China, with some exporters saying it's just too expensive to do business with the U.S.
The kind of tariffs he has imposed, things have become very expensive for the consumers. So that inflation will not be easy to handle.
And it's pushing some world leaders to look for new trade relationships, including British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who met with his Indian counterpart on Thursday and signed new trade deals aimed at pivoting away from the U.S.
We are building something here. We're creating a new, modern partnership focused on the future and on winning the opportunities that it offers.
It came just a day after President Trump spoke about, quote, natural conflicts during his meeting with Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney. Those comments prompting criticism from some Canadian leaders.
We have to use our leverage. I'm not just going to sit back and roll over.
But the president says he's just looking to stop Canada from flooding American markets with foreign products.
We want Canada to do great, but you know, there's a point at which we also want the same business. We're competing for the same business. That's the problem.
And more tariffs are on the way, including on goods from China, which were delayed in August and now set to take effect in November. In Washington, Griff Jenkins, Fox News.
A lot going on with all the tariffs and stuff. Yeah, that's why I'm not a politician. I've had people tell me I should be a politician. I'm not. I don't want to get involved in all that crazy stuff sometimes. And it's crazy enough to have to deal with the weather sometimes.
Right.
Like I said, it truly is. It's like September 40th. It's like September just hasn't ended yet. And that's the case again for the next several days. Let's start with a live look from downtown Pittsburgh. You see those clouds off on the horizon. Those are actually some thunderstorms well off to our northeast. But still, the clouds are visible from down here. You can also see them from our camera at 7th and Rangeline. Otherwise, the sunrise looks absolutely beautiful this morning. Head down the MoDOT camera, 20th and Rangeline in Joplin. It's the headlight rise of the day. We got cars, we got folks starting their Friday commute out there. Here's the Skywatch Storm Tracker, so here's where it gets fun. This is what we're seeing clouds from. Take a look at this complex, really lining I-70 from Columbia back toward Kansas City. We've got showers, storms, 175 lightning strikes there, so not severe, but a good complex of storms. Now, what we're getting is all of this spackled development back here. These are isolated showers, and some have been thunderstorms here and there. That's what's going to bring us a chance for some isolated showers and storms into our area. So really the only thing we have right now is this little shower east of Garnett. We got one little sprinkle here northeast of Blue Mound, and then to the west of Deer Creek on Missouri 18. We got another little shower out there. But this kind of gives you the idea of the isolated nature of the showers and storms that we've got in our area as we head through the morning. So we're seeing some develop. Now, some of this, you might have seen something momentarily there, right there, that blip. That was a bad radar from Nebraska that caused a little blip of what looked like rain, but was not rain down into our area. But this activity is real. We're going to see a few more of those. And between now and 11 a.m., we could get, at least for a few of us, some isolated showers and storms. Right now, we're still just not expecting anything widespread with this activity. We're certainly not expecting anything severe, even if we get some thunderstorms. But it's all being fed from that complex. Now, because it's being fed from that complex, I mean, there's the remote chance, and we can certainly hope that we get a few more showers and storms out of it, but right now the expectation is it's fairly isolated and it's done by 11 noon at the latest. Those of you not getting rain this morning at all, we're just looking at partly cloudy skies through the day. Between 5 and 7 could get another isolated shower storm in our northeastern counties. Otherwise, again, the majority of us dry, but clouds doing the opposite today. They're going to thicken up this evening, going mostly cloudy by late evening and into the overnight hours. Taking a look at temperatures out there. We're actually cooler down south. It happens. It's rare, but it does happen. Take a look. Jay is the cool spot right now, sitting at 53 degrees. Yates Center, though, the far northern spot here, is the warmer spot at 63. Otherwise, we've got that mix of upper 50s and some low 60s out there as we get the day started. We're looking to be low 60s by 9, maybe a couple isolated showers or storms, mid to upper 70s by noon. Our highs today, low to mid 80s with that south breeze at 5 to 10. We do have a very warm weekend ahead of us for September 41st and 42nd. We'll talk about that and how next week is shaping up here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, Oklahoma authorities say they have made a third arrest in a 2014 cold case. The arrest comes just 1 month after the Delaware County District Attorney's Office issued arrest warrants for Penny Larson and James Merritt Larson Jr. Penny was booked into the Clinton County, Missouri jail. Larson Jr. was already in the custody of the Missouri Department of Corrections on an unrelated charge. Both have been charged with first-degree murder. Now, their arrests come following an almost 11-year investigation into the suspicious disappearance of 20-year-old Dustin Ray Carver. Now, back in 2014, Delaware County Sheriff's deputies had received a missing persons report regarding Carver. The initial investigation led to the search of a property in Kansas where a burn pile was discovered along with human remains. Now, in July of 2025, the Delaware Sheriff's Office received fresh leads, which ultimately led to the arrest of Larson and Larson Jr. Now, that investigation has led to the arrest of this man, 31-year-old Bradley Wayne Majors. Majors was booked into the Delaware County Jail. He has also been charged with first-degree murder. And a high-speed chase through Cherokee County ends with a Joplin man in custody. Yesterday, Joplin police attempted to stop a vehicle for running a stop sign. The driver fled, leading officers on a pursuit from Joplin into Galena, then into rural Cherokee County. The vehicle, which authorities say drove erratically on Highway 69, passed cars on the shoulder and attempted to hit a deputy head-on. Cherokee County deputies used a tactical vehicle intervention to finally stop the chase near Joplin. The driver, a Joplin man, was arrested and now faces multiple charges. And those are our top news stories this half hour. Coming up next, Bull Bash is back in downtown Miami this weekend. We'll have the details on what it's all about, and later new research provides motivation for cancer patients to quit smoking. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. Time now, 7:08. We'll be right back. Well, get ready for a wild night in downtown Miami. The second annual Route 66 Bucking on the Route Bull Bash rides into town this weekend. Joining us with what to expect, we have Monty Stuvey and Toby Fry. Good morning to you both.
Good morning. Morning.
Happy to have you. So talk to me about Bull Bash, and for those who haven't attended, what can they expect?
Well, the city of Miami, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, Valencia Pipe Company brings us the biggest bull riding in the region, over $10,000 added. We have 35 bull riders from Brazil, Mexico, the United States, some of the top guys in the ACRA, some of the top guys in the IPRA, and then some wild cards that are going to be here tomorrow night, Saturday night at 7 o'clock, right downtown in front of Coleman Theater, right in the middle of the intersection. It is the coolest venue that you could possibly imagine that you could be at, and it's the biggest bull riding in this region. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds quite impressive. Talk to me just a little bit about how tough this competition is and what folks can expect when they come and see these riders.
A PBR world finalist, Declan Garland, won this bull riding last year, won over almost $6,000. It's Hampton Pro Rodeo is going to bring the bulls in, some of the best bulls, some of the toughest bulls in our industry, and you match them up. This is a heavyweight battle between the Cowboys and the Bulls. It's the best. It's the best are going to collide tomorrow night in Miami for the year-end finale, if you want to call it that. As our season wraps up after this, this is one last big chance, one last big opportunity to move into the finals. That'll be going on in Tulsa for the ACRA, but it's a unique venue like none other. I mean, nobody does it like Miami, Oklahoma. This bull riding, the venue. Cody Sosby is going to be there. One of the funniest, one of the most talented, funny men in the world. Works a lot of big rodeos across the region. Cheyenne Frontier Days, if those folks are familiar with that, but. It's just absolutely the venue itself is mind blowing, is breathtaking.
Absolutely. Talk to me a little bit more about that, because it's not just bull riding; it's really a community event, and you're having so much more than just that. There's something for everyone.
Well, absolutely. You know, the city of Miami, Mayor Bless Parker's done a great job down there building Miami and building community. The Rodeo Miami crew, you know, local businesses, Carnes Pro Tire, R6, and Commerce. You know,
Steve Bayshore.
Yeah, Representative Bayshore does so much down there. It's such a community event, and just the downtown Miami region, just to get down there, like Monty said, when you get down in front of the Coleman and those buildings are there, it's going to be loud, it's going to be banging. The bulls, you can have a bull ride in any rodeo grounds, but in front of the Coleman, downtown, it's wild.
Yeah, it's
great. It's going to be unreal.
Certainly going to be a sight to see. Now, I'm sure you guys are expecting a big crowd. Any, best advice for folks who are wanting to come in, getting GA tickets? Talk to me about all that.
Any of the West Coast stores, and you can walk up and buy a ticket. We're going to have VIP seating. Going to have tables and food for those folks, and then right behind them, we're going to have chairs set up for the general admission, and then you can bring your own lawn chair if you just want to sit in the back. We'll have a big screen TV. A replay board up that you'll be able to watch it there. You'll be able to see it. The venue, there's not a bad seat in the house really if you're there, but I just keep going back to the venue because the venue is so special. It's so unique. There's nothing else like it. And if you experience it, it's awesome.
Yeah, come early, shop downtown. Yeah. There's a bunch of shops and vendors and local business there. Come hang out and see what Miami has to offer down there.
And then Saturday night after the bull riding at Woody's is going to be the after party. We'll just go down. Fantastic. What is it? 2 blocks from the arena.
2 blocks south. It's going to be great.
So.
All right, wonderful. Now, really quickly, if folks want to find more information for tomorrow night's events, where can they do so?
Go to Facebook and go to Rodeo Miami on Facebook, and all the information will be right there.
Wonderful. Well, thank you both so much for your time today. Have a great time tomorrow night. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:17 now on this Friday morning. Starting to see a few more of those isolated showers in our far northern counties so far, back up into Lynn and Bates County primarily. But you can see we've got some of these showers north of Butler, northeast of Mountain City. We've got another one southwest of Mountain City, and one near the Lincoln area into Lynn County as well. They're all, and we've even got new development that's taking place over here north of I-35. You can see all of this just kind of coming together here. And this is what's going to lead to our isolated shower and storm chances. Okay, this might actually be, so we had a little radar blip from a radar site out of Nebraska that caused some fake rain. And one of the ways you can tell sometimes it's fake is the shape of it. Like this is a little more square than usual. So this here, see, that's not real. But it does look, take a look, east of Chanute, south of Elsmore, and then in between Thayer and Erie. This is real rain. It's also moving. That's another way you can tell it's real. So we are starting to see some additional isolated showers developing out there, and we do need some rain. Now, that complex that's off to our north and east is what's fueling the isolated shower and storm developments taking place out here. Yeah, that's the other way you can tell it's fake. See how it appears, disappears, reappears, it doesn't go anywhere? That's not real radar activity, but that is, and that one was, and this is. So we're going to have to see, this complex is what's going to determine what happens in our area. Right now, the data suggests isolated shower and thunderstorm chances from now through about 11 o'clock noon at the latest. These aren't expected to last long. But we are seeing a few more. I mean, they're still very isolated, but we're seeing a few more than what the data was showing early this morning. So we'll just see how this complex impacts development back behind it here. But we're at least getting some rain. Maybe not a lot, but at least it's some. So right now, going off of the belief that the data this morning is still fairly accurate, like I said, what we're seeing will last from now through about noon. The expectation is most of us are dry, and it's also the expectation, at least right now, that it doesn't make it very far southeast. So what we saw developing in this zone doesn't really move too far southeast before it dies out. But again, that complex up to the northeast is going to be the impact on whether or not these things live longer or if we get more of them. So we'll just kind of have to wait and see how it pans out. We're otherwise partly cloudy. We'll have partly cloudy skies today between 5 and 7. Could get another isolated shower storm in our northeastern counties. Then we'll actually go mostly cloudy late evening and overnight. Could get a sprinkle or two tomorrow, but again, the chances less than 10% at this point, so we've removed rain chances for tomorrow. We're otherwise partly cloudy, and then as we head into the late afternoon and evening hours, skies clear out and will be clear from Saturday night into Sunday and into Sunday afternoon as well. So through the morning, again, an expectation at least some isolated shower and thunderstorm chances. We'll keep an eye on it. We're not expecting anything severe. I want to emphasize that. Nothing wild is expected, but we may get a few more of these isolated showers and storms if that complex decides it likes us. Hopefully it does, because we do need some rain. Near 60 to start, low 70s by 11 o'clock this morning. Our highs again back above normal, low mid 80s, low to mid 60s tonight, low mid 80s tomorrow, upper 80s Sunday, maybe some rain chances Monday, back into the upper 70s. That is a check of your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
On Health Watch this morning, a growing number of Americans are turning to AI-powered chatbots to diagnose and treat their mental health problems, and real-life doctors say that's a problem. Fox's Evan Brown has more.
AI chatbots are becoming more popular for folks looking for medical advice, and doctors say that is a problem, especially for those with mental health issues, pointing to multiple incidents of people with schizophrenia being influenced by tools such as ChatGPT, sometimes even to the point of cutting out their healthcare providers.
I'm telling them what I know to be factually true based on my nearly 20 years of practice, and they're debating me because something they've constructed based on, again, ChatGPT.
Dr. Richard Miller is a psychiatrist specializing in schizophrenia. He says treatment for mental health disease is nuanced, requiring an individualized approach, and context is key, something AI chatbots don't take into account, and that can create mistrust between doctors and their patients.
There's a multitude of ways of treating psychiatric illness. You have to be very careful of the context and what you're getting, and then know how that's produced.
And most experts say as the technology evolves, it is critical for healthcare providers to build personal relationships with their patients, keeping human connection and expertise in focus.
The best answer is always to speak to your physician and have that discussion and hear his or her perspective and kind of have that discussion back and forth.
And despite doctors pushing for more human interaction, the medical AI chatbot market is expected to be worth $100 billion by the year 2033. In Miami, Eben Brown, Fox News.
And it's never too late to quit smoking, even for those who already have cancer. A Washington University School of Medicine study showed 2 years after cancer treatment, patients had a higher rate of survival if they went through a smoking cessation program during treatment. Now, this was most effective among patients with late-stage cancer. Researchers hope the data provides motivation for patients to kick the habit. And coming up, Columbus Hot Air Balloon Regatta takes flight this weekend at a new location.
And we've got an opportunity for some showers and storms. Taking a look at these clouds off to the north and west. Break down the details when we come back.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:28. I'm Elise Snowy. Well, 2 Kansas teenagers may have just saved a man's life after they stopped to help when his truck was swerving on the road. Police pointed to their quick actions and say these 2 young people are true heroes. Kate Devine reports.
How did I get here? And, because I don't remember anything about getting there. Nothing, not a thing. And, I was glad that somebody was there to help.
For Norman Stahlheber of Park City, it started as just another Saturday, watching his granddaughter's volleyball game.
I was there by myself. All the rest of the family had already left, and all of a sudden I started seeing double.
Norman says he tried to drive home, but his blood sugar dropped too low, and he blacked out behind the wheel. Something he says has never happened before.
Ended up in the ditch, which I didn't know. The young couple that stopped to help me, they were talking to me, and I could hear the voice, but I couldn't really react to it.
Those voices belong to two Mays teens, one 15 and one 19. Around 4 p.m. on Saturday, near 37th and 119th, they pulled in front of Norman's truck to slow him down and called for help.
They didn't assume it was something negative. They didn't hesitate to get involved. And I think in today's society, we have a tendency to look the other way. And I just thought that that was beyond amazing.
Mays police officer Leah Faber, who was the first one on scene, says in her line of work, it's easy to get caught up in the negatives. But the teen's quick action reset her hope for the world.
No one calls the police when something good is happening. And so to see that it was two younger people that were willing to do good and step in when I know some other people would have looked away, it just reset my hope for the community, for the world in general.
If they wouldn't have stopped, I don't know if anybody would have known and had called 911 and reported it. And when you get it low like that, a lot of bad things can happen.
And Norman says he's grateful for the two teens who saw trouble and chose to help.
It just shows you that the younger generation, there definitely are some good ones out there, there's no doubt, that take responsibility and do what they're supposed to do.
Now let's take it over to Chris for a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, we're going to start with our downtown Pittsburgh camera. We've got it pointed northwest, and remember the corner of the building it's on, when we look northwest, we see mostly roof, but take a look at the cloud cover and the cloud formations off to the northwest here. We've also got our camera here at 7th and Range Line pointed back that way, and we're going to tell you why here in just a second. In fact, I'm going to zoom this back out. So you can see off in the distance there where we do have those thunderheads. You can see some even back a little further there. And then we'll head over to the MoDOT camera 28th and Range Line. It's looking north. Can't see much from there other than a few cars on the road. Here's what we're looking at. Take a look. Are isolated showers and storms. There's a few more of them than what was expected. What we're looking at is this development that's taking place over here into Neosho County. So around Stark and south of Erie, north of Parsons. Doesn't look impressive on radar, but if you go back even just a few minutes, you can see where it's picked up a bit. We're not expecting any severe weather, but we do have those showers there, and we've got some up here by Freedom, now entering northern Bourbon County. And then up into Lynn and Bates County, we've got a few more of these spotty showers and storms. Now they're all, and by the way, we also have some back here to the north and west as well. And we're also got this complex here. Now this complex is what's generating our storms. In fact, it's kind of neat to watch, live as it happens. The thunderheads that we could see from 7th and Range Line, the ones that were kind of hidden behind those far clouds, they're actually just a little bigger now, a little more visible. So what we're doing is this complex is triggering what we're getting down here. Now, the morning data suggested that we would have some isolated shower storms early this morning between now and about 11, but it looks as though we're getting a few more of these little showers than what was originally expected. So certainly no complaints. Look how quickly it's all coming together here. So maybe we'll get a little more rain out there, which would, again, not be a bad thing. No severe weather is expected. I really want to emphasize that. But you want to remember when thunder roars, head indoors, because you can see how quickly all of this activity is filling in here, and it's moving east-southeast. In fact, it's starting to take a more southeasterly turn. Now, the data suggests that, again, by about noon, 11 noon, it was done. But we'll see how this pans out exactly. Otherwise, we are partly cloudy. Be dry into the afternoon, and then between 5 and 7, our northeastern counties here could get another isolated shower or storm. Quick look at temperatures for you. Again, Jay right now, it looks like, Cassville, you're the cool spot now. 51 degrees. Most of us upper 50s, low 60s. It looks like at this time, Chanute is the warm spot at 62. So we'll keep an eye on these shower storms. Low 60s by 9, mid 70s by noon. Our highs today, low to mid 80s with the south breeze at 5 to 10 miles an hour. As I mentioned, we'll continue watching shower storms. Maybe we'll get a few more of them, get a little more rainfall in here for us today. And we'll take a look at your weekend forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, the finger pointing is relentless on Capitol Hill after yet another vote to fund the government failed in the Senate. Fox's Rebecca Castor has more on the shutdown and its growing impact.
Tempers are flaring amongst lawmakers with no sign that an agreement to reopen the government will be reached anytime soon.
I am so sick of them doing this. I'm so sick of Chuck Schumer and the lies.
We're pissed off that Republicans are being so irresponsible, that the House of Representatives isn't even here.
Democrats are withholding their votes, hoping to force Republicans to extend health insurance subsidies set to expire at the end of the year.
Each day, our case to fix health care and end the shutdown gets better and better, stronger and stronger.
This was never about health care for the Democrats. This has been about picking a fight with President Trump.
And President Trump is getting ready to fight back.
We'll be making cuts that will be permanent, and we're only going to cut Democrat programs, I hate to tell you.
Until a deal is reached, essential federal employees like air traffic controllers are working without pay. And the Transportation Secretary has a strong warning for those who are starting to call out sick, causing disruptions at airports across the U.S.
90% of the controllers, they show up, they come to work, but 10% of them are lashing out. And if we have some on our staff that aren't dedicated, like we need, we're going to let them go. Again, I can't have people not showing up for work.
U.S. service members also aren't being paid. Some lawmakers want to see a standalone bill to fund their paychecks, but those talks have gone nowhere. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
And Columbus is getting ready to welcome visitors from across the region for its annual hot air balloon regatta. But this weekend isn't just about the balloons filling the sky. It's also a big lift for local businesses downtown. KOAM's Blake Gully shows us how the event brings both economic and community spirit to the city.
The annual Hot Air Balloon Regatta is one of Columbus's biggest traditions, filling the skies and bringing families together from across the 4 states. For longtime Chamber of Commerce Director Jean Purchett, it's also been a big part of her career and her love for flight.
My background was aviation to begin with, so anytime I can work with anything that flies, I'm in for it and such. So it's been a great opportunity. We have had great pilots. Most of our pilots, once they get in here, they stay for several years. All of our pilots this year, the majority of them have come for at least 20 years.
For shop owners here in downtown Columbus, the festival weekend is about more than just sales. It's about community, a reminder of how events like this bring people together.
We appreciate everybody that comes in, supports these local businesses because, I think local small businesses are the backbone of America, man, and I think every small business owner should feel like, they're being loved and being supported and all that, and they've done that for us. It's been amazing. 7 years, every year. It gets packed in here.
This year's Balloon Regatta is taking flight from a new location, the soccer fields off Highway 160 and 20th Street. Organizers hope the change will make it easier for visitors to park, watch, and enjoy the show with plenty of space. Reporting in Columbus, Kansas, Blake Gully, KOAM News.
For more details on the Hot Air Balloon Regatta, visit KOAMNewsNow.com. That's a look at our top news stories this half hour. Coming up next, Shannon Becker shares his big 3 stories of the week. Time now, 7:37. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This morning we have Shannon Becker in the studio with his big 3 news stories of the week. Shannon, good to see you.
Good morning.
Yes.
Oh,
good
fall
morning.
has finally fallen.
So they say, but it doesn't really feel
allegedly,
like it. I
like we
know,
always
right?
say.
Yes.
Let's take a look at the big 3 stories this week. What's happening where you live, live and local. Now, we broke this story a week ago and let everybody know charges have been filed now in the death of an Oklahoma Turnpike Authority worker who was killed back in August. A man from Texas had veered off the road and struck this vehicle, which had one worker inside who suffered critical injuries and another one outside the vehicle. Now, the man here had told police, he said that he reached down and he dropped his phone.
Okay.
But now cameras have revealed inside and outside of the vehicle that he was actually watching an anime movie and had been drifting many times onto the shoulder. So he's charged with manslaughter. He was arrested a week ago in the Ottawa County Jail. That is going to be something we'll definitely be following.
Absolutely.
And condolences still to that driver that was killed from Veneta. Our number 2 Joplin News First story, well, it was yesterday. Right. It was crazy busy. A lot of people were asking, what is happening? Well, it all started on 7th Street in Joplin. Joplin police pulled this van over for a license violation and it fled into Kansas. And then in Kansas, it had some violations, and so they chased it back into Missouri.
Going all over the place yesterday. Wow.
This is the man driving that Chevy Astro van. He's facing charges in Missouri, a lot of warrants, also new charges. In fact, he might be facing the Valentine law, which makes it a felony for fleeing police.
Right, yes.
That's a new law that went into effect this last year. I don't think we've seen anybody local charged with that yet, so we'll find out more details later today. No one was injured. Cherokee County Sheriff's Deputy TVI'd, which is the pit maneuver, spun it out there on Zora in the Joplin city limits and ended the pursuit safely. Our number 1 story, tractor safety. A lot of tractors on the road. A Granby man was injured in this tractor crash. Now, interestingly enough, the semi-tractor trailer was passing it, and the tractor trailer turned into the towed unit of the tractor trailer.
Oh, wow.
So the tractor did not give, I guess you'd say, right of way to the semi. A lot of people think it's the other way around, but the man on the tractor will survive. He suffered serious injuries and was taken to a Joplin hospital. Ron's Towing had the job of getting that tractor and baler back up onto a wrecker. It's a really, really big mess, but no one besides the tractor driver was injured. And then our bonus story, we're talking about it all day long. This is one of my favorite events of the year that I cover. I've covered it for years. I think this is like the 50th year they've done this. The Hot Air Balloon Regatta weekend. There's so many other things going on. I know Blake was talking about that a while ago. So now tonight is the glow at 5:45. That's the only time they'll do the glow. So the balloons don't fly. They just peep, 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 peep. They just glow. So it's really fun. But then 3 different times they'll do regattas. It'll be Saturday and Sunday morning, and then Saturday afternoon about 5:30. So that's when they fill up the balloons and float off. That's what a regatta is.
It's such a fun tradition.
Oh, no, it is. It is. It's really cool. And it's only like 20 minutes from Joplin. It's 19 miles. So people are like, oh, it's so far. Well, if you're riding a bicycle, but you're not riding a bicycle, you know.
Maybe could be.
You might be riding a bicycle.
You never know. It's worth it.
Take Clem Road. Don't get on the highway. That's my advice. It's your big 3 this week.
Shannon, as always, thanks so much. Happy to have you. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News at 7:45, coming up on 7:46. So here's a live look from downtown Pittsburgh, looking at those storm clouds that are developing off to the northwest here, and you can see them from our camera at 7th and Rangeline in Joplin as well. In fact, the thunderhead's over here getting a little higher, and we'll show you why in just a moment. Quick look, MoDOT camera 20th and Rangeline looks good as well. A lot of cars on the road this morning. Take a look at all this. We're getting some actual thunderstorm activity. Again, want to emphasize, we're not expecting any severe weather, but we have at least a single lightning strike here in southeastern Bates County with this storm near Howard, Missouri, not Howard, Kansas, which is way on the other side of this map here. But we have scattered showers and now getting thunderstorms around Bates County, Linn County, just north of Fort Scott, stretching back down toward Hepler to the northeast of Parsons. So the clouds that we're seeing from Pittsburgh are from this activity right here, which it's tried to be impressive. It just hasn't done a very good job, but it is trying to redevelop as well. So again, we're not expecting any severe weather. However, this isn't 100% lining up with the data from this morning. In fact, we have this new storm developing out here north of Coffee County. It's all thanks to this complex of storms. Now, this complex was expected to miss us, but look at some of this development here. It might clip parts of St. Clair County, but it's triggering all of this development. So it's now moving southeast. It was, you can see initially, you can watch this guy here, it was moving east, but now it's taking a more southeasterly turn. So Nevada, Pittsburgh, Fort Scott, going to get in on some shower and thunderstorm activity out there. So that's what we're going to keep an eye on. This may be it. And it may only clip the northeastern, half of our area, but at least some of us might get some rain. The big thing to remember is, again, we're not expecting severe weather, but when thunder roars, head indoors. If you're outdoors, you got recess, you got something going on this morning where you're outside, just make sure you're paying close attention, because you see a new lightning strike actually just now at that southwest Bates County storm. And that one is heading roughly toward Nevada, so get ready down there. Hopefully we do get some more development, because as I mentioned, we do need rain. We don't need severe weather. weather, and again, we're not expecting any, but we'll see how that plays out. The expectation was these storms between 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. noon at the latest, because you can see by noon on the future track, there's nothing out there. That may still pan out. These storms may ramp up a bit and then die out as quickly as they ramp up, but we'll see how all that activity comes together. But again, some of us getting some rain. We're otherwise partly cloudy, and then between 5 and 7, our northeastern counties here could get an additional isolated shower or storm, and then clouds increase late evening. Will go mostly cloudy through the evening and overnight, and to start Saturday, could get a sprinkle or two tomorrow, but our rain chances now less than 10%, so not very good. And then as we head through the day Saturday, skies will clear, and it will eventually have clear skies overnight Saturday into our Sunday, and Sunday going to be a bit warmer. So here's what we've got. Keep an eye on these isolated storms out there this morning. About 60 to start, low 70s by 11 o'clock this morning. Our highs today heading into the low to mid 80s. Same for tomorrow, low mid 60s tonight. Upper 80s Sunday. Maybe some rain chances on Monday with temperatures into the upper 70s, and a bit of a roller coaster ride with temperatures possible as we head through the next work week. That's Check Your Forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Well, Taylor Swift's new record-setting achievement, a new action-packed comedy, and Ryan Murphy's star-filled legal drama.
It's all in today's Hollywood Nation. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin.
You're the best divorce lawyers in town.
The leading ladies of Murphy's legal drama, the funny guys of Prime Video's Playdate, and Taylor's show goes on to set records in the Hollywood Nation. Only 5 days since its release, Taylor Swift's The Life of a Showgirl set the record for the biggest opening week for an album in the streaming era. According to Billboard, the collection sold 3.2 million copies, with an extra 300,000 units from streaming. Adele's 2015 album 25 previously held the record.
This is awesome, right? Give me a hug. No hug.
In today's First Looks, Kevin James and Alan Richson team up for an action-packed playdate. The comedy follows suburban dads whose day with their sons turns into a chaotic adventure with mercenaries pursuing them. The film streams on Prime Video November 12th.
I need you to tell us the whole story.
Hulu revealed the trailer for Ryan Murphy's All's Fair. The legal drama unfolds as a team of female divorce attorneys open their own practice, navigating high-stakes breakups, scandals, and shifting allegiances. The cast includes Kim Kardashian, Naomi Watts, Niecy Nash-Betts, and Sarah Paulson. 3 episodes premiere November 4th, then roll out on Tuesdays.
You are not taking so much as a ballpoint pen out of this building.
In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
It's what the bosses said to me once. You are not taking so much as a ballpoint pen out of this building. But I've smuggled a couple of pencils. I'm kidding. I
would
don't like
love
pencils.
to see that.
That's something.
Yeah.
But interesting. Some
Got
good
my
stuff
name
to check
written
out.
all over it. Yeah.
Oh, we do have. Take a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker, guys. We've got showers and storms. Now, they're isolated. Believe it or not, that still counts as isolated, but we are getting some activity. So Nevada, Butler, eventually into Pittsburgh, maybe Fort Scott, maybe Pittsburgh. This little guy here, he was kind of having his thunder, if you will, taken by the activity pushing into Fort Scott right now, but he's reorganizing. This is just west of Girard into Crawford County. We have this activity here, and we've got a new thunderstorm that's just north of Coffee County. All of this progressively pushing southeast, giving us at least some isolated showers and storms through the morning hours. So something we certainly need. Will otherwise be partly cloudy through the morning for those not getting rain. Temperatures warming up later. Now look at your forecast. Wake up recap right after this.
This is your Wake Up recap for October 10th. The top stories to start your day. Oklahoma authorities made a third arrest in a 2014 cold case last month. Warrants were issued for Penny Larson and James Merritt Larson Jr., both now charged with first-degree murder. And a high-speed chase through Cherokee County ended with a Joplin man in custody. Police say the driver fled a traffic stop, leading officers from Joplin into Galena in rural Cherokee County. Deputies used a tactical vehicle intervention to end the pursuit. The driver now faces multiple charges, That's a check of today's Wake Up Recap.
All right, and a quick recap of our thunderstorms out there. So we've got 8 lightning strikes now, just with this one cell down here by Rich Hill into southern Bates County, pushing into Vernon County. We have a pretty heavy shower, probably with some rumbles of thunder rolling into Fort Scott right now as well. This guy west of Girard is getting reorganized. He's moving southeast, so it might take him just on the southwest side of Pittsburgh. And then we've got this guy north of Coffee County. So we've got these scattered showers, thunderstorms out there. So initially not expecting this kind of coverage, still considered isolated, but a few more rain showers out there than what we were expecting, and we certainly do need that rain. Otherwise, partly cloudy today, low to mid 80s tomorrow, upper 80s Sunday, more rain chances by Monday. And again, no severe weather expected with this activity. I just want to emphasize that for folks at home, but may get a little loud for some of us this morning. And speaking of this morning, thank you so much for joining us today. In fact, we will be back with more news and weather at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.